The reason why Discover came about is I have taught preschool for the city of Chehalis for many, many years. And every year we always make our regular yearly field trip up to the Olympia Children's Hands-On Museum. Well, one year in particular, making our yearly trip up to the museum, I mentioned the same comment, wouldn't it be nice if we had something like this down in our area? And the gal that I said it to was RENELL, Norquist, and she turned to me and she says, yes, that's a great idea.
There's such a renewable resource. There's always going to be children who need a place to go play, teenagers who need a place to volunteer, grandparents who want to spend a fun afternoon with their grandkids.
When I'm at home, I do play with them a lot, but there's always a distraction of the telephone and bills I need to pay and dishes and laundry and projects that I'm working on. And when we come here, they enjoy having just me focusing on just them.
The Children's Museum, I think, is a springboard for classrooms in the future or coming up soon. Having taught science in the middle school, I think hands-on manipulative ways are great ways for children to discover concepts and ideas themselves.
What keeps kids so engaged at the museum is the variety of different activities, being the veterinarian center or the grocery store, which are big hits, or the toddler play zone.
Discover brings me back to when I was a kid, and before we had computers, before we had 300 channels to pick from. We were always outside and we were always learning hands-on or watching somebody do it and then getting involved.
They get to be the ones in charge and they get to decide that bananas cost $300. And it's fun for them to be the boss.
In Lewis County, there's really nothing else like it. You're always having to go out of town, you know, to find a nice indoor place where kids can play and learn at the same time.
The next area is my personal favorite, the green screen. What's really fun about the green screen is they get to see themselves on TV. And kids are fascinated by the fact that they're up there on a TV, and it's just extremely fun.
So education of the past has been more passive, more listening, more where you sit and memorize, learn, and take notes, whereas of the future it's more hands-on and we're in, touching, feeling, manipulating.
The children sit and ask, you know, what happens when we do this? And the adult says, well, let's discover it together. Let's try it.
They get to be with their peers and they're watching their peers and they're being with their peers, and pretty soon they're scaffolding on their learning, and it's new every time.
We have buried dinosaur bones in that we have made with plaster of Paris, and the kids have tools, paintbrushes and little things that they can move the material away to find and discover dinosaur bones, and they really enjoy being able to make an archaeological dig. It's very fun.
It gives our children a place to come that isn't digital, that they can get their hands on and learn. And with kids, playing is how they learn.
Without having the technology to fill that in for them, they get to really think about what it is they're playing or imagine the whole thing for themselves.
It nurtures community in itself. I see people come in as strangers and pretty soon they have met up with other people and they're discussing their children and resources in the community, and they're just a support to each other.
RENELL and I had big dreams, but we never, you never think you're going to get there. And so basically all this has been a dream come true for all of us. It's just been fantastic. I love telling that story.